On today's menu, a recipe that's packed with veggies and with flavor. Veggie Tanmen Ramen. Lehoma, I'm Will Young from YoungMenCooking.com. Welcome to the channel where you can cook with confidence. This noodle recipe is definitely a recipe that everyone can easily make, plus it's perfect for the chilli season. But before we get started, a big thank you to the city of Mishima in Shizuoka, Japan, plus the Izu Peninsula Tourist Bureau for sponsoring today's episode. Mishima is a historic town located an hour away from Tokyo on the Shinkansen, or the bullet train. The city is well known not only for having sweeping views of Mount Fuji, but also for producing highly regarded Mishima brand of upland crops such as carrots, radishes, and incredible potatoes. Right, so I have about 2.5 cups of water here, and we're going to use that to rehydrate these amazing dried shiitake mushrooms, which will add an incredibly salty kind of umami flavor to the broth, and as well as these wood ear or cloud ear mushrooms. These will expand like crazy, so a couple grams of these will be more than enough. Cover and bring the water to a boil. This is some amazing daikon radish, and if you're lucky enough to find some that has the greens attached to it, that would be ideal because we'll be using this in this recipe. If not, that's all good. Just sub it out with some kale or some gailan, broccolini, whatever greens you really have on hand. Remove the leaves and finely chop. Peel a small piece of daikon. 4 slices daikon. One carrot roughly chopped. Finally chop 2 small leaves of nappa cabbage. Thinly slice about 1/4 pound of fried tofu. This is Japanese kombu, also known as the king of seaweed because it's a really nice and thick type of seaweed. It smells incredible and it adds a really nice umami flavor as well. Bit of a specialty item. If you can't find these, check out the wakame seaweed that's used for seaweed salad. Not exactly the same, but could sub it out for that. When the water comes to a boil, add the kombu and daikon radish. Cover and cook for another 5 minutes. Take out the mushrooms and daikon and set it aside. Rinse and drain with some cold water. Remove the stalks from the shiitake and thinly slice. Slice the wood ear mushrooms. Bring a separate pot of water to boil for the noodles. Saute pan. Medium heat. While we wait for the pan to heat up, let me know in the comments below if you've ever been to Mishima in Japan. It's actually really cool because Mishima was actually one of the ancient towns as part of the historic Tokaido Road, which was the most important arterial trade route connecting the new capital of Edo, also known as Tokyo today, and Kyoto in the early 17th century. And depending on the direction you were traveling, Mishima would be the first or final post station in what is known today as Shizuoka Prefecture. In fact, even today, Mishima is a key station on the Tokaido Shinkansen connecting Tokyo to Western Japan. Drizzle of olive oil. Carrot. Mushrooms. Tofu. Saute for 3 to 4 minutes. Daikon leaves and nappa cabbage. Cook the ramen noodles to package instructions, in this case 4 minutes. Season with salt and pepper. Saute the veggies for about 4 minutes. Stir the noodles occasionally to keep them from sticking. Ramen bowl. 1 teaspoon toasted sesame oil. Half teaspoon Himalayan pink salt. 1 teaspoon cane sugar. Make sure your mushroom stock is piping hot before pouring into the bowl. Strain out the water from the noodles. Daikon. Sauteed veggies. Small bunch of bean sprouts. Green onion. About a tablespoon white sesame seeds. A drizzle more of toasted sesame oil. You can now make this light-hearted bowl of ramen with absolute confidence. Absolutely love making ramen because it's not only a big bowl of deliciousness, but it just looks beautiful with all the colors. So look at that. That is beautiful. It is just simple, delicious, easy to put together, visually beautiful to look at, just has some nice colors and just some simple, humble vegetables that just add so much flavor. The sweetness from the carrots and the crunchy kind of texture from the shiitake mushrooms and the woodear mushrooms. The fresh bean sprouts just add that sort of freshness. The meatiness from the fried tofu. And you get that seared taste because we sauteed all the veggies and we put that on top of the ramen. And the stock is very simple, very light. It's not super bold, just very light, very bright, and casual. I quite like the combination of having these sauteed vegetables on top as the topping for this ramen instead of just boiling everything all together in one pot. Then you just kind of get soggy vegetables on top of your ramen noodles. And the thing I love about this dish is that the combination of the vegetables is really up to you, depending on what you have on hand and what you'd like to use. You could use anything really, from carrots, any sort of greens that you have. The delicious sesame oil really is the backbone of the flavoring of that broth. Just gives it a really nice toasty sesame flavor. Really delicious and super easy to put together. Super simple and super tasty. Now, mishima is the home to a very special locally grown potato, and that is reflected in their local gourmet cuisine, which is the mishima korokke or croquettes. And that is so popular in Mishima that it's everywhere and every shop has its own version of it. Bring a pot of water to boil for the potatoes. Peel 4 Yukon Gold potatoes. Chop the potatoes into small cubes. This will help them cook faster. Boil the potatoes for 10 to 15 minutes or until fork tender. Cover the pot and leave a little bit of space, but keep an eye on it for it can boil over. Drain out the water from the potatoes. Season the potatoes with some salt and pepper. Mash. That's just potatoes and it already smells amazing. Now, the korokke, like I said, is a local gourmet delight, and it's so popular that every shop literally has their own version, their own special ingredients mixed in with it, and it's definitely considered a must-have with your meal. One onion, finely diced. Three sticks green onion, finely chopped. About half a cup worth of chopped shiitake mushrooms. So we're going to saute everything in this amazing chili oil, this incredible ruby red, not too spicy but very smoky chili oil. I'll leave a link in the description box below where you can check out exactly how easy it is to make this right at home. Frying pan, medium heat, 4 tablespoons chili oil. Saute the onions for about 5 minutes. Mushrooms. Green onion. Saute for another 4 to 5 minutes. Transfer to the potatoes. Mix and combine well. Now, depending on the size that you want for the korokke, this could make anywhere from 4 to 6 pieces. Spread 1 cup of panko onto a plate. Season with salt. Shape half a cup of potato mixture into a large nugget. Firmly press and coat the potato with the panko. Frying pan. 2 cups grapeseed oil. Medium heat. To check the oil, place it in a wooden chopstick and you should see some bubbles. Carefully fry the korokke for about 45 seconds on each side. Place onto a paper towel to absorb the excess oil. One tablespoon soy sauce, a splash of black rice or regular rice vinegar, 4 tablespoons ketchup, mix. Finally chop 1 leaf nappa cabbage. Thinly slice some tomato. Plate. Drizzle some sauce over the korokke and serve. You can now make these delicious gourmet delights with absolute confidence. Easy to put together, and that not only looks amazingly cute and beautiful, but man, let me tell you, that is really delicious. Man, that is incredibly delicious. Just amazing. What a treat. Has a really nice, warm, soft, moist, flavorful inside, and the outer layer is just incredibly crispy from that panko. I mean, you can even hear that amazing crispy outer layer, and the flavor is a little bit of that spiciness from the chili oil, but it's really not spicy at all. It's very smoky from that chili oil, has a little bit of the texture from the shiitake mushrooms, the flavor from the onions, and man, that is really just delicious. The potato just soaks up all of that incredible flavor, and it's just so smart to use the potato as the vehicle to stick on the crispy panko. And then when you fry it, it gets this beautiful golden brown color that is just so nice to look at. You don't even want to eat it, but man, that is so delicious. Incredibly packed with flavor, looks amazing, easy to put together. There's seriously nothing more that you could want. Now, if you're interested in learning more about the city of Mishima and the Izu Peninsula, I'll leave a link in the description box below where you can check that out, learn more information about things to do and to explore. As always, remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you won't miss a single episode.